It's amazing they got paid so much money for that.
25 million and 40 million?
I think 20 and 40. Yeah, I think that's what I've heard. Which I'm happy Mike got the money, and I'm happy that he didn't get hurt. That was my fear, that it was going to be a real fight.
Conor McGregor's recent trajectory is a stark reminder of how far he has fallen since his glory days in 2017, when he was one of the most dominant fighters in the world. Now, in what feels like the latest blow to his legacy, McGregor has announced that he will be stepping into the ring against YouTube personality Logan Paul in a boxing match in India, an event that will be financed by Mukesh Ambani, Asia's richest person and the 9th wealthiest man in the world. Ambani's involvement only adds another layer of surrealism to what is already a bizarre spectacle. Once a force to be reckoned with in combat sports, McGregor has now found himself participating in an event that feels more like a circus than a legitimate fight, going up against Logan Paul, whose fame comes more from YouTube stunts than from any real athletic achievement. This bizarre turn of events serves as a striking contrast to McGregor's once legendary career. Both McGregor's career and personal life have descended into absurdity at a pace few could have predicted just a few years ago. What once seemed edgy when McGregor was 26 now looks downright embarrassing as he turns 36. From being a two-division UFC champion and a global icon to a figure caught in scandals and controversies, McGregor's life is now marked by an odd, money-driven boxing match with a YouTube star. It's hard to imagine McGregor ever returning to his former glory in the ring. This match with Logan Paul is likely to be a sloppy affair, with both fighters gassed by round 2. It might even end up being worse than the infamous Mike Tyson fight. Regardless, one thing is certain: McGregor's glory days are behind him, and his fall from grace has been both rapid and tragic. Thank you for joining us today on Boxing Glory. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the channel with your friends.
Whatever they're paying him, he's been making good money. He's come back, like I said, in his life. He's done a good job.
It's disheartening to see legends fall short of their legacy, opting for comfort over confrontation. What stings the most is the message it sends that even the mightiest can one day retreat from a challenge. For fans who have admired Tyson for decades, it feels like more than just a letdown, it's a betrayal. Not only to the sport but to the belief that true greatness never backs down. The first fight was a spectacle riddled with red flags. Tyson, a name once synonymous with ferocity and knockouts, appeared sluggish and hesitant. His legendary punches, once capable of sending opponents straight to dreamland, seemed to lack their signature power. Watching him fight Jake Paul felt like watching a lion toy with its prey, only to inexplicably decide it's a herbivore. "You're telling me Mike Tyson forgot how to throw a real punch?" Rogan quipped, his voice dripping with sarcasm. Sure, and Jake Paul is the greatest boxer of all time. It wasn't just Tyson's punches that seemed off. His footwork was sluggish, as if he were dancing on thin ice. And then there was Jake Paul. Somehow, the YouTuber, who has a track record of struggling against retired athletes and wrestlers, managed to withstand Tyson's punches without even flinching. Against one of the most feared boxers in history, Paul miraculously held his ground. Either Jake Paul is made of steel, or Tyson was pulling his punches harder than a parent sparring with their toddler, Rogan joked, his sarcasm cutting like a razor. Boxing analysts didn't hold back when dissecting Tyson's lackluster performance. One expert described his uncharacteristically tame showing, noting, "Tyson's punches looked like they were thrown with half the power we know he's capable of. If that wasn't intentional, I'd be shocked." Another trainer remarked, "No fighter at Tyson's level suddenly forgets their instincts. What we saw wasn't Mike Tyson the fighter, it was Mike Tyson the actor." Adding to the controversy is Tyson's refusal to rematch Jake Paul, a decision that has only intensified speculation. Rogan, never one to mince words, criticized the excuses being floated. Now Tyson's too retired to fight, too old, too busy. Funny how none of those things stopped him from signing up for the first fight, he quipped, his sarcasm biting. The underlying point was clear. Tyson's refusal raises questions about what's really going on. Dana White, a staunch purist of combat sports, would likely take an equally critical stance, albeit with a broader perspective. White has long been vocal about Jake Paul's carefully curated fight history and the impact of celebrity boxing on the sport's credibility. If there's nothing to hide, why not do a rematch, he might argue, pointing to Tyson's reluctance as a glaring red flag. For White, the fight was yet another example of how spectacle-driven events are eroding the authenticity of combat sports. Jake Paul's boxing career has always been more about spectacle than sport, and Mike Tyson's refusal to fight him again only adds fuel to the drama. Joe Rogan couldn't help but laugh at how perfectly it all plays into Jake's narrative. "Jake's probably loving this," Rogan said. "Now he gets to play the victim. Oh no, Mike Tyson won to fight me again. Guess I'm too much for the heavyweight champ." It's comedy gold. Paul has built his brand on moments like these, carefully crafting a career where he cherry-picks opponents like he's shopping for fruit just ripe enough to make him look good, but soft enough to avoid any real danger. Rogan didn't hold back, adding, "This guy's entire career is based on fighting people who are either retired, smaller, or completely out of their depth. And now he's got a heavyweight legend dodging a rematch. Jake couldn't have written a better script if he tried."